Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. Today we're going to be doing my best palettes of 2017. I wanted to do a Best in Beauty 2017, but I really wanted to kind of split it up because it's hard to just pick one item that you love for 2017, like one eyeshadow palette, one blush, one highlight. So we're going to be doing like a series in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to be going through all of my favorite and best products from 2017. There were so many products that came out and so many favorites that I've fallen in love with. So I wanted to do a more like in-depth series. But yeah, we're kicking off the first video with palettes. We're going to be doing eyeshadow palettes, blush palettes, all the palettes. So yeah, really quick before we get started, if you're new to my channel, then welcome to my channel. Make sure before you leave, you do not forget to subscribe down below. That way you're notified for future videos from me. I do post 3 times a week. So I post on Wednesdays, Fridays, and then we do mail hauls every single Monday. But I'm excited to jump into these palettes, so let's go ahead and get started. So this is a hard decision. I don't know which one I want to start with first. Okay, so the very first palettes I have to mention are ColourPop. And not just ColourPop palettes, but ColourPop single shadows in general. I truly feel like ColourPop shook 2017 because they just came out with back to back just banging palettes. And these are 2 favorites of mine that I literally grab for like a couple times a week. I do not know what I would do without these. So the first one is the Shi Palette. And here's what it looks like. I hope this is still available, but this just has a really pretty like pinky purple tones, and I cannot get over the shimmers in this palette. They are so gorgeous. There's so many looks that I've done where I've incorporated these shades right here, and I just love them. For the price tag and the quality, you cannot beat ColourPop. Like, I don't know how they do it, but they do it well. So that's the Shi palette. When I use this palette, I typically do like a smoky like purple eye with it, and I just love it so much. This is like one of my favorites from this year. And again, that is the ColourPop Shi palette. I really don't think you can go wrong with ColourPop palettes because they've came out with so many amazing ones. The next one is my newfound love, and this is the You Had Me at Hello. I do love the fact that this one actually comes with a mirror. So here's what it looks like. But this baby has been getting a ton of love. These colors right here on the side are like my perfect brow bone highlights. I use the gold one most of the time, but you can kind of see those right there. And I'll swatch them on my hand so you can see, but really pretty. And then I also love using just all of the shades. This one right here is a really good transition color. When I'm doing a purple eye, I normally incorporate this one and this one and this one. And this one, I just love this palette so much. And I think for me, this is like one of my go-to staple palettes. I don't know how I would live without it in my collection. Next palette is an eyeshadow palette. And this is kind of like a series of palettes. These are the By Terry Sun Designer palettes. And I will never forget. So the first one I ever received was the Tan and Flash Cruise. This is the #1. And basically what happened is last year with my lucky bag, I got something that I already had. So I traded with someone who did not want this palette. And oh my gosh, were they missing out. This bronze shade is like my perfect bronze. I think, honestly, if I had to pick, I think the Sun Designer palettes were my favorite palette of 2017. I have every single one that they have. I have this one, which is like the lighter version. And then this summer, I actually was lucky enough to receive one of the palettes from Octoly and By Terry. Yeah, it was this one right here, the darker one. You guys, you cannot beat the pigmentation and the quality of these palettes. They are, I think, around $80, but they are 100% worth it. I just wish they would come out again with this bronzer shade all by itself. They're just so gorgeous. They blend so easily, and it's just like my makeup always looks so seamlessly whenever I do it with this palette. And another thing is they come with like a couple different options. Like this one, you have a highlight, you have blushes, you have bronzy shades. So I just love the By Terry Sun Designer palettes. To me, again, they are 100% worth the money. If there's one recommendation I would say to pick up from 2017 and my favorites, it would be the Sun Designer palettes. You cannot go wrong with them. They're absolutely amazing. I could not say it enough. I feel like we couldn't talk about the palettes of 2017 unless we mention the Jacqueline Hill palette. Now, I don't know if you guys will be able to see how dirty this is, but this is really disgusting. I really need to get the new one. I mean, look at the kickback on this. I need to get the new palette because I feel like it would be so much easier to clean. But I love this palette. I mean, people can say what they want to say about Jacqueline or Morphe, but this palette is awesome. I love it so much. I swear there was a point in time where I did not put it down. The 3 shades right here at the top are like my dream for lid shades. all of the browns are just such pretty transition shades and just like outer crease shades. I don't use a lot of the colorful shades, but I have gotten so much use out of this palette, and it's so inexpensive. Well, not super inexpensive. I think it's $35 or $38, but it's sold at Ulta now, so normally you can use the 20% coupon. And again, it's just amazing. It's one of my go-to palettes, and I just love it. So congratulations to Jacqueline. This is such an amazing palette. Another favorite that I fell in love with this year is the Makeup Geek in the Nude palette. I love nudes and just like shimmery pinks, and this to me just had like everything I needed. I fell in love with the Manny MUA palette in 2016, and then this to me was kind of similar. I mean, some of the shades are a little bit different, but you have like your neutrals and you have your really pretty shimmery pink shades. This to me is like a go-to on an everyday basis, like for work. It's really easy and simple, and it just kind of makes the whole look put together when you are blending in lots of different like browns in the crease, and then you have like your shimmery shades. I love this palette so much. All right, next palette is the ColourPop Cheeky palette. This was the I Love Sarah E collection palette, and you guys can see a trend here. We got some nudes, some browns, and some pink shimmer. I love this. I bought like 3 backups of it because I do not want to run out of this shade right here. It's just so pretty, and on the lids it just brings so much attention to your eyes. It's absolutely gorgeous. And again, this is the Cheeky palette by ColourPop and I Love Sarah E. Okay, 2 blush palettes that I had this year that I fell in love with. The first one is the Cheek Parade by Benefit. And I think this is so great because I love Benefit blushes, and you do get a ton of different blushes all in one palette. So you get 3 blushes, and then you get the Hoola and the Hoola Light. This to me was like a staple for traveling because, again, you do get a lot of fun shades, especially like summery shades, because I did a lot of traveling in the summertime. And can we just talk about California? It is so gorgeous. I mean, it's just like such a pretty pink shade, pink corally shade, and I just feel like, again, it was perfect for summer and just like a perfect traveling cheek palette. I'm so glad that I like did this video because I try to reorganize my makeup collection. In doing so, I feel like I put some of my palettes that I used all the time like up, and I completely forgot about them. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, yay, I get to like play with my favorites again. But yeah, this is the Cheek Parade by Benefit. Next is going to be the Gorgeous Cosmetics Blush palette. Again, you can always tell the ones that I have lots of love on because, yeah, the mirror. Anyways, this palette is so gorgeous. It has 8 different shades. It's a traveler's dream. I love all the different tones in the palette. I love that you have like brighter, different blush colors all the way up to really dark blushes. I discovered Gorgeous Cosmetics in 2017, and this by far is one of my favorite blush palettes that I own, and I'm so glad that I did find it because, again, it's really nice, travel friendly, and then I love all the shades in it as well. Oh my gosh, how can we forget the Natasha Nonna Sunset palette? I feel like this, again, was one of the 2017 palettes. Oh my gosh. This has been used and abused. It's so gorgeous. It's such like the warm copper tones that I feel like everyone loved on in 2017. This to me is just like a really good palette from Natasha Nonna because I feel like her mattes just like really upped their game on this palette. Not that I feel like they were bad, but I feel like they really came through in this palette. I love this all through summer, and there was no way that I could do my favorite palettes of 2017 without including this. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So I know this came out at the end of last year, but this is the Rose Gold Edition palette. I don't know. There were some people that didn't like this. There were some people that loved it. I was one of those who loved it. I mean, you can see, I'm really surprised I haven't hit paint on this. This is what I'm wearing today, but to me, it's just like my go-to palette. I've taken this on every single vacation that I've went on since I got it. I just love like starting off with this sandalwood shade, working into henna, using this bossy shade like right in the crease. So pretty. I don't really use a lot of these like textured shades because to me they're chunkier, but I personally love this palette. I think it's one of my go-tos, obviously, because it's in my 2017 favorites. And then I also have been loving the Desert Dust palette. This to me, I feel like they really stepped their game up and they made more unique shades that were easier to work with than the textured shadows. I love how beautiful like some of these shades are with their shift, like the shade Retrograde, Twilight. They just have like a really pretty like iridescent to them. The shade Angelic, which is my personal all-time favorite from the palette, is actually in both of the palettes. I didn't realize that until the other day. But yeah, and then again, like your warm shades like Amber, Blazing, I just love them. I actually, again, mixed Amber and Blazing in my crease today along with this one. They're just go-to palettes that I cannot put down, and I think she did a fabulous job. I also love, love, love the little mini palettes. I didn't bring these up here today, but they're also my top favorites as well. And then the last one, oh my gosh, this one RIP for this video. I was trying to take my thumbnail and look all cute and like hold up the palettes. This one fell out of my hands, and look at all that cracked eyeshadow. Oh my goodness, my heart is broke. This is one of the palettes that came out for holidays 2017, and again, I just absolutely love it. It's so pretty. I go for like those pinky shades, and I did a look with this and used like the purpley tones, and it was so gorgeous. So yeah, let me know what your favorite palettes were for 2017. I'm dying to check out some new palettes because I feel like once I get in the habit, I like constantly use the same palettes and I just cannot get enough. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Give this video a thumbs up too if you're excited about this series. All right, bye.